Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to this channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality and I talk about personal and self-growth. And if any of that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share this video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back, and I thank you for your love and support. Now remember guys that in a dysfunctional family we have of course the golden child and different kinds of different other members who all have different roles in the unit. But this time I'm going to talk about the relationship between the golden child and the scapegoat. So the golden child, you guys know that's the member of the family who is usually favored. They can never do anything wrong. They can never be blamed for anything. They're the perfect ones, okay? That's why they call them the golden child, because they're the perfect ones. In the face of the narcissist parent, those kids are perfect. They can never do anything wrong. They are favored. They are the ones who get the presents, who get the adoration, the admiration, who get the gifts, the validation. But on the other side, the scapegoat, they are the ones who have usually had it rough in the unit. So the scapegoat, we're also talking about the black sheep, okay? The black sheep of the family. Most likely you are the scapegoat of the family. Everything is wrong, okay? Anything you do is not valid. Whatever you say, nobody's listening. Your presence in family meetings is not important, so you will always miss out on those meetings. The ganging, the family mobbing, the stalking, abuse, the lies, manipulation. So the scapegoat carries all the weight. As you guys already know, they carry all the weight of dysfunctional family unit. When it comes to the golden child and the scapegoat, there may usually be a lot of rivalry, okay? So there may be kids who are always at war for some reason. Because the scapegoat has got a mind of his own, his or her own. They can think for themselves. They have got that spirit within them as well that is able to recognize a lot of BS. They can recognize the wrongdoings and the faults within the system. They can speak about it openly. They can address it, even if usually they're always punished when they come out and speak. They can be punished, of course. They face a lot of problems, but they try to speak out. The golden child cannot, because the golden child is conditioned by the parent very, very strongly, conditioned by the narcissistic parent to obey. So these are guys like, it's like they are the extension. The golden child is like an extension of the narcissistic parent. So they are there to defend that narcissistic parent at every cost. No matter who they are sacrificing, no matter who they are hurting, they have got to defend that narcissistic parent no matter what. So there always come a time when the golden child will usually envy the scapegoat. Because the scapegoat can do things that the golden child can't, okay? A child who is very strongly dependent, codependent on those narcissistic parents, they cannot have a mind of their own because they are worried always about what the narcissistic parent is going to say, how do they feel, what will they do if I do like this? So most of the times they always have these strings, the hooks that are attached to the narcissistic parent. So they never really have a chance to be fully independent. I've seen a golden child who was broken away from the unit. Oh, I have enough, okay? Especially in those days when I left the unit. Oh, I have enough. I don't want this, too much chaos and too many problems, so they left. And then after a few weeks, maybe a couple of months, before I knew it, they were back with the unit, you know. So they are never ever able to fully be independent. They always rely on the narcissistic parent for supply, you know, for validation, couple of gifts, maybe presents, maybe favors or whatever. Like they've always done all their entire life. So they don't have a mind of their own. They're not independent, okay? So the conflict usually starts with when the golden child becomes very envious. Because you see, once the scapegoat leaves, the golden child will start to figure out that this particular individual is very strong, okay? They are spiritually strong, emotionally strong, and spiritually strong. So they can actually stand on their own. They can stand on their own 2 feet, and they can make a decision, and they can stick to that decision. They have got very strong boundaries, which the golden child hasn't. They can go their own way. They can live independently. They don't mind anything about isolation. So they can even isolate themselves if they want. So they have always been a little bit distant when it comes to thinking for themselves. And let's also remember that the golden child is, like I've told you, this is an extension of the narcissistic parent. So the golden child, they're also the guys who, they're like the spies, you know. They sometimes they may act as the flying monkeys of the golden of the narcissistic parent as well. They're the ones who are bringing the information. Like I remember back in the days when there was the issue of detaching myself from the unit. So there were the people who were chairing the meetings. You know, they would chair those meetings that they would discuss about me. Oh, there's a problem with him. You know, I got a message as well in those days. And I was being asked by the golden child that I should go, I should go and seek help, you know, because, they thought that I had a problem in that time because I said no. You know, I said no to the crop. I said no to the BS, and they said, oh, this person probably has a problem. Go and seek help, you know. According to my opinion, you need help. So go and get some help from somewhere, you know. But initially I knew that the problem wasn't me. You know, I knew that the problem was, they were the problem, okay? So a lot of people don't want to take responsibility for their actions or for the things that they do. So normally they try to dump a lot of garbage onto other people, you know what I mean? So I knew the problem wasn't me. I knew the problem was the other individual. So anyhow, I still managed to stick by my decision and walk away. Okay, I've never looked back. We're talking about a lot of years. We're maybe 2+ years, I think, or so. So these individuals, they know intuitively that they need you as a scapegoat. You know, they need you because sometimes when the pressure is too much in the unit, when the chaos is too much, they need somebody who is going to absorb that energy. They need somebody to absorb the energy. The energy is very intensive, okay? When you're talking about these kind of units, you have to know the energy is very intensive, and they always need somebody in the system who is going to absorb the energy. So when when the scapegoat says no, I've had enough of that crap, they leave, they walk away, and they go and live their own lives. The golden child may sometimes be chosen to be the next scapegoat, and they don't really know how to handle that energy, okay? Because the energy is like I've said, the energy is very intensive. So the golden child will always have that envious feeling. It is not like, there is envy, toxic envy, very dangerous envy, and then there is ordinary envy, whereby somebody is just envious of you, okay? But if it comes to that, for them to be able to survive, they may even cause you harm. So that is the toxic envy, whereby a person can even become toxic because you have stood by your own decisions to walk away from dysfunction. You cannot handle that energy, you have walked away, okay? You figured it out, you walked away, you are independent, you are living your life. And the golden child, they will continue feeling envious of the scapegoat. So those things that you do, especially when you have left the unit, the decisions you take, you may decide to start your own craft, go your own way, do your own thing. You don't need anybody's validation. And they're thinking in their mind, how does this person live independently without any validation from the parents, from the family? They are just thinking in their mind, how can you do it? How do you do that? Okay? That is something they have never dreamt about that they could do. So if you see a lot of times, if you're a scapegoat and you've left those units and you're seeing a lot of conflicts, very bad messages coming in from the golden child. Who are you? Who do you think you are? What is wrong with you? A lot of these fights and everything, you know what I mean? You have to know that those individuals, they are only trying to sustain the dysfunction, okay? This dysfunction has been happening for ages, and they do not know how to live another way. So they try to sustain the dysfunction by protecting the system. So like they've always done, they always need a scapegoat. So whether you are inside there or not, of course, when you're out of there, it's better for you because now you're able to protect yourself. But if you're still inside there, it's very, very dangerous, okay? So they will always send you messages wherever you are. There's a problem with you. I don't know what is wrong with you. You should come back and let us talk and, all these kind of things. They will always, even sometimes the hoovering. Most of the hoovering is done by the golden child, When you have left the narcissistic unit, the dysfunctional system, the hoovering normally is done by the golden child. They're the ones who are coming around, the very first ones to come around to the scapegoat and trying to convince them to come back to the unit, okay? But you have to know, it's all a show, okay? It's all a show. For you, you're just an object, you're just supply for the whole unit. When you are there, things are calm, nobody's shouting around, nobody's beating each other up. So you are very important. Your role as a scapegoat has always been very important in the dysfunctional family system. So when you start hearing those hoovers coming in, oh, daddy misses you, mother misses you, why don't you come to the occasion, the ceremony, this and this, and for the very first time now they're inviting you to come and participate in the occasions, which you couldn't do before. It's all a show, okay? Don't fall for it. Those people, they are envious of you. They are envious of you because they are trying to sustain and to protect the system, okay? The system has got to go on, to continue, however dysfunction it is. So just know, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, that the golden child has not got your best interests at heart. They can only be around you and pretend that they like you when you're still part of the problem, okay, the system. But when you get away from the system, that is when the whole thing comes down, okay? The walls are going to come down. It's what I've told you guys, when you start looking behind the veil, some of the very first people you're going to see when you have awakened as a black sheep of the family, some of the very first people that you will see that have been always the problem, among them, the very first one is going to be the golden child. On top of the narcissistic parent, you're also going to see the golden child. They have always been the problem. So they're the very first ones who always come at you, calling you different kinds of names, calling you crazy. All those things are coming from the golden child. It's the envious, there's a jealousy they have against the scapegoat, okay? They don't show it. Sometimes they hide it, like in my case, normally they hide it. So they don't want to be coming out as jealous or something like that. So they try to hide it. But behind closed doors, you will feel that these individuals, they are envious of you, okay? So again, I always emphasize in my videos, it's not personal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a dysfunction you're dealing with. The whole thing is not personal. There are specific things you're dealing with in that family, specific patterns, specific cycles, and these things have been carrying on for generations. And you're the person that is trying to stop this, okay? So don't take it personal, okay? If you have a chance to walk away, walk away. You don't have to cause a fight. You don't have to cause drama. Just walk away quietly, and you can always go out there and live your best life, because there's always a world and there's always life after a dysfunctional family system. Okay, so let us know what you think about this video in the comment section below. You guys know that I do love and appreciate your support. Book a session, donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings.